What's going on, everybody? I'm the Lone Wolf. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to operate and possibly drive a John Deere 4230. This is a 1972 model. It has just over 7,100 miles, almost 7,200 miles, or hours, sorry. And first, we'll look at all the gauges, pedals, and levers before we actually fire it up. Right now, I have the key on just so I can show you some of these things. Up on top, you got the steering wheel, and then you just look straight up. You've got the blower, cooling temp, heating temp, right wiper, and left wiper. Obviously, left wiper. That just runs the wiper. Right wiper is the same thing. Left wiper motor is kind of screwed up, so we don't usually use that one. And also, when you're looking straight out, you usually have more vision on this side, so we don't really need that window that much. Cooling temp, obviously, is just what you'd think it would be. It's just the cooling temperature whenever you have the blower going. You've got the blower right here. You can see that noise is just the blower turning on both different speeds. Then you've got just heating temperature when it is cooler out. We got our kind of aftermarket radio. This is not the radio that came in this tractor, because the old radio was kind of just really screwed up. We actually had to just fit this in here. We just sawzawed out of this old panel here, and then we just fit it in. And later on this year, we're going to be fitting in speakers back here in the back corner or on the sides, just so we can actually have better hearing. Because my dad, he does not have hearing in one ear, so he has to put a speaker on one side so he can actually hear the radio when he's working. We got the different blowers. Now down to the regular dash. We've got, of course, the handle to get out. I'm not going to go outside just because it is very, very windy, and my phone camera does not like wind. Right here on the center, you've got your steering wheel height adjustment. You just turn it to when it clicks there, and you can pull it out all the way. And you can see you've got a much longer steering wheel. This is very nice sometimes for if you just want a little nice comfort grip. But if you're wanting a more, I guess, aggressive grip, you can just push it all the way back in, and you actually have to be up on the steering wheel like that. Down on the dash, on the left side, we've got blinkers, right, left. You've got fuel, which we have just about a quarter of a tank. Engine water temperature, low, just because I have the key on. Engine oil pressure is low, same, because I have the key on. We've got the volts in the battery, which it's in the green, so that's good. Trans oil lights on, so that's a good thing. I mean, obviously, because we're about to start it up. Air filter, that's going to be on in a second. This is the PTO lever. Once you're about to operate anything that's run by a PTO, you would just push this up, all the way up here. We will probably do that, but we'll probably just turn it on very slow. This is on the right side, we've got the kind of the hourometer and pedometer, not pedometer, but tachometer. We've got the RPMs in hundreds. You've got 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, and 2,500. And this line right here is very important. Do never have this lever pushed up when the gauge goes farther than there. That is very bad because you do not want your PTO spinning that fast. Now this is a very interesting little thing. Hang on. You can see here it says PTO C manual for speed. But luckily, this thing has this little dial on the side here. If you press it up one, it says A1, and then it has the 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. A3 and 4, you've got 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, and 5. So that means that, as you can see, when this dial is going over, when this thing is in B1, at looks like about 8,000 or 800 RPM, it will be going just about 2 to 3 miles per hour. See, when it lines up with that 800 RPM, it'll be going that speed. Now, of course, this is the hourometer. This is just the 7,197.5. We got the lighter here. We don't use it. Lighter engaged, kind of. Here we've got our ignition switch. I'm just going to turn that off for now while I'm not using it. And we've got the kill switch. This starts, this kills. You turn this to start it, and whenever you want to shut it off, you just pull that out, and it will kill the tractor because it cuts off fuel to the engine. Now, this right here I'm not going to do just because we don't really need it. This is the height adjustment on the steering wheel. You just pull this up, and then you can adjust the steering wheel on this little rail. This is just our clip that we hold our key on, which is the Frontier Co-op. ZF and MF, best buds. Me and my dad. This here is something that a lot of people have gotten confused about. This is the ether port. You just undo this. Usually it's on the chain, but the chain is actually broken. If I can actually get a view of it, you put the bottle, the ether bottle, right up to here, and right as soon as you're turning the oh my goodness, you can actually smell it. But right as soon as you're turning the tractor over, you pop the ether on it, and it will spray some ether into the intake and help start the tractor. And this is what ether is. If you don't know what ether is, you probably know what starting fluid is. 20% ether. We've just got it from Harvest King. Harvest King is probably the best starting fluid we've ever had. Over here, you've got your gear shift and throttle. This thing is the throttle, as you can see, because it's got the turtle and the bunny, meaning slow and fast. You've got your gears. You can see you've got quad range. This is a quad range with partial power shift. So you can see we're in, my dad forgot to put it in park, so I don't know if I can put it in park here, but yeah, we're in neutral right now. You've got 2 reverse, 1 reverse, 2, 1, 3, and 4. So when you're wanting to go forward, you just pull this into A, which is A, B, C, and D. So you just go from park, you pull it up to A, and that will be in your first gear. Now your first range of the gear is 1, and then 2, then 3, and 4. You can go to 1 and 2 and 3 to 4 without shifting. That is what makes it a power shift partial. That's what you call a partial power shift. Now, the fastest gears you can go into, which I have gone into in a synchro range, is D4, or actually I went into a D8 in the synchro range, but that was a lot more fun. But yeah, you just pull this all the way up into D up here, and then into 4, and you just pull this all the way up. That is dangerous to do when you're on a rocky terrain or a bumpy terrain or anything like that. But yeah, I can actually show you what a power shift kind of does without showing you. Imagine this is your range shifter, like this thing here. Say that this is 1, that's 2. If you're in A and you can shift over like that, that's what the power shift does. You'll actually hear it audibly go accelerate. But that's what it is. So let's actually start this thing up. This is hydraulics. We'll get into that later. So what you want to do when starting this, since my dad actually has it in neutral, not park, push the clutch in, which is this pedal. This is the brakes. You've got 2 different brakes. You've got one for the left, one for the right, and then you've got a lever here, this little thing, that locks the pedals. So that way, no matter what you press, it locks them both. You press the clutch, and then you turn the key all the way until it fires away, and then you just let go of the key. So I'm going to try and hold this up to the pipe so you can actually see it start up. Ignition is on, and let's start it. Ooh. Wow! That was a great cold start, guys. But yeah, that was amazing. what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you what the hydraulics is. This is the 3-point right here. You got 3 different hydraulics. I'll try and get my head in the light. So there we go. This one is the PTO, and these are your 2 levers for your bucket. So let's just pull this one up. As you can see, it's already pulled up. If you let go of it, and you push it forward, you can see it lowers the blade to the ground. And then same with if you pull it back, it lifts the blade up. Now that is the same exact thing with the other 2 hydraulics. You can see I've got a bucket on the front of my tractor. If you pull, this one will lift up the bucket. This one will tilt the bucket. So you can see, if I pull the middle one back, it will slowly lift up the bucket. Now, if I can get this into view, there we go. If I pull and push the right or the outside lever, it will tilt the bucket and it will curl the bucket. So let's just lift that up a little bit and have that lifted up. We're safe with that. Now, the way you shift this, put your foot on the clutch, put your foot on the brake. Shift this into A. You can see I'm in park. Shift it into A like that. And we'll just shift it to A and not worry about it because we won't be going too fast. And then you pull this down to 2. And what I meant by partial power shift is 1 and 2. So I will show you how that works in just a second. So once I let off the brake, I'll kind of move a little bit because I'm in the mud, but this is me moving. See, I'm moving a little bit. Now, watch this. When I press this over, oh, you can't really tell with that, but it does slow down a bit. That's what the partial power shift is. Now let's shift this into reverse 1. Oh, I got to go forward a little bit. There we go. Let's just back this right up to the place that we were. Let down the blade with the hydraulics. Let down the bucket. Put this into neutral, and then into park. Let out on the brake, and then slowly let up on the clutch just in case gears are caught. And you are ready to shut the tractor off. Now, this is what it sounds like. I'm just going to do a quick thing of this, running the tractor on higher RPM. You just push the throttle forward. I'm going to do it slow. Thank you guys so much for watching this video of how to operate a John Deere 4230. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, please subscribe, and please leave a comment of what kind of tractor you drive and if you enjoyed the partial cold start. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video.